阿弥陀佛，Zoom、YouTube 以
Amitabha,
及 Facebook 线上的莲花童子们，
Pama
大家早
Kumars,
上好，
the various
平安晚
channels. Good
上
morning,
吉
good
祥。
afternoon, good
我
evening
是
to
今天的
everyone.
主持人，
I'm
是马来
today's
西亚
host from
普贤
Malaysia,
雷藏寺的莲花
Benchua
童子
Lezang
执事。
Temple, Dharma
今天
instructor
是二
Mayor,
零二六年七
and
月十七
today
日，
it's
星期
the
五。
17th of July, 2026,
现在是
Friday,
马来西亚时
and it's
间
now
晚
Malaysia
上7
time,
点55分，
7:55
我
p.m. at
们即
night,
将进入
and we are
佛教徒
about
犯拜
to
理论课第三章。
attend the
十四
lesson
法门第四
on
节，原生位、往生
Chapter
位是何
3,
等
Part
介绍。
4, Chapter
尊招
3, The
子，
Dharma Gate of
正
Food
言
Offering
及
Rites, Part 4,
暗入要
Introduction
解。
to Edict
非法
Tablets,
拜
Invoking
者，
Mean
对
Deities,
尊位、
Mantras,
显
and
位、
Key
上
Points
师、
regarding
正
the
位
setup
大
and
家授课。
consecration
本课
of the
程采用
Longevity
三
and
种
Deliverance
方
Altar,
式直播，
and it will be
方
taught
便
by
同
Master
修
Lian
徒
Wei.
们共同学习。
The lesson will
课
be
后也
conducted
欢迎
in
大家到真佛中全
three
球网
languages
络
taught
教
in
学
Chinese with English and Indonesian
YouTube 频道
interpretation.
重温完整的
And
课
after
程。
the lesson,
但
the
是今天我
various
们是
videos will be
第2次
uploaded
开启，
onto
就
the
是我
channel,
们的
the
这
YouTube
个
channel.
Facebook。
And on
本来我们
Facebook,
一直以来都是发在这个资讯
usually
网的，但是
we
今天资
will
讯网
post
发不
on
到，所以我们发去了这个全球网络教学与同修的 Facebook 里面。所以，但是
usually
在那
we'll post it
个
on
我们的
TBSN,
佛
but
法部的这个链
uh,
接里面呢，已经有放进去了，
or
大家
on
今
their
天是可以
Facebook,
收
but
看的，好不
today
好？
there was some
我想
disruption,
请你
so
分享一
it
下大
was
家
the link was
最
posted on a
近有没
different
有每天参与
place.
我们的打
I'd
卡
like to ask
活动
everyone,
呢？
recently has everyone
应
been
该
participating in the
有
check-in
没有人
activity?
提醒大家的
Maybe a
话，
lot of,
也没
for
有
a
人
long
问你
time, no
们
one
的，对不
has
对？
reminded you or asked you
不
about
要
this,
因
right?
为没有人提
Just
醒
because no
就
one
忘记
has
去打
been
卡
reminding
哦。
you, don't forget
今天
to
有打卡
check
的
in
你
your
们，
homework.
欢迎在留言
So
区
if
打
you
上
have checked in your homework
444，
today, please
让
type
大
in
家一起看
444
到你
in
们的
the Zoom
精
chat
进。
so that everyone
YouTube 的
can
同
see your
门也一
diligence.
起打上
And
来
if you're
哦。
on YouTube, watching over YouTube, you can also type in the
好的，
YouTube
也是还有
chat.
很多同门
I see that there are
有
still a
打
lot
卡
of
就好了。
fellow Dharma
因
siblings
为
who are checking in,
修
and that's
行不
great
是一时修
because
行，而是每天
cultivation
练
is
习
not
你
a
的坚持，
momentary
这份稳
enthusiasm,
定
but
精
it's
进
a
才
steadfast
是最珍贵的
diligence
力量。另外，
day by
3 个
day,
星期
which
贤
is
位
a
上
most
师有
precious
提醒大家，
momentum, energy,
课
or
程
power.
开始进
And
入了
last
作
week,
业与验收， 所
Master
以
Liang
今
Wei
天
reminded
我
us
们
that
会安排
we have
结
now
案站小
progressed
考，
to
祝
the
福所
submission of
有同
homework.
学都能
And
顺利圆满。
please send in your homework for the
还有呢，
Sangharama
有
praise,
普
and
法
hopefully
语，
everyone
欢
can
迎大家打
complete
开
it
摄像头，
successfully.
并
If
把咒
convenient for
语
you,
唱
please
出
turn
声
on
两人，
your video
莲花、
camera
佛陀
and
还有国
rename
家，
your profiles
让
to
上
include
师
your
看到
name
大
and
家
country
温
of
柔的
residence
笑容。
so that
课程
Master
结
and
束
we
后，
can see your
我们
gentle
也会一
smiles.
起留
And
下珍贵的
at
打
the
卡
end of the
照。
lesson, we will take a group photo with
好的，
everyone.
先和大家打一个招
And
呼。
let me
首
first say
先看
hi
到
to
我们的
everyone. First of
新
all,
加
I
入的辅导
see
员莲花莲花
our
指教，阿
new
弥陀佛。
uh,
还有我们的怀疑员
TBSOU
莲花
counselor
莲
volunteer.
安法师，还有我们的一才讲师，
And
还
also I
有
see
莲
Dharma
位上
instructor
师、
Yi
智慧
Tsai,
上
Master
师、
Liang Wei,
老宗师
and,
兄， 还
and
有我们的翻
other
译
Dharma
员图证
siblings.
助教，还有
Uh,
今天小考
Dharma
的新闻
assistant
助
Tu
教，
Chen on the
还
Indonesian
有护
interpretation
妹助
channel.
教邵明师姐，今天小考的建清师兄，还有联系法师 Andrew 师姐，丽华助教、金仙师姐、莲夫法师、永才师兄、梅农师姐，还有齐国师兄、景顺师兄、景顺助教。其他的都没有把你们的摄像头打开，怎么今天那么少人打开摄像头呢？大家是害羞还是什么呢？不要害羞哦，打开摄像头才可以看到你们，上司才可以和你们打招呼哦。看到你们，上司才更有这个去跟你们授课啊，对不对？要有互动嘛。看到爱群师姐 ，Hello， 天发师兄，月华助教，这3个很乖，有听话哦。好的， 谢谢大家，我们的时间也差不多了。好的，8点整，
And
我
the
们的
time is now 8
上课
p.m.
正式开始。
So let us
阿弥
commence
陀
the
佛，
lesson formally.
尊敬的会
Amitabha.
长雷德
Most
鲁
respected
上
TBF
师，
Chairman,
尊
Master
敬的授课
Changsu,
导师
and
莲位
also the
上
Teaching
师，
Master, Master
尊
Lian
敬的
Wei.
教育处处长莲和上师，
TBF
一
Education
位上
Department
师，
Director,
教
Master
授
Lian
师，
He.
法师，讲
All
师，助
Masters,
教，
Senior Reverends,
以及
Reverends,
世
Dhamma
界各地的
Instructors,
莲
Dhamma
花同
Assistants.
志们，大家早上好，午安，晚上吉祥。
Good morning, good
今
afternoon,
天
good
除了
evening to
精彩的
everyone.
课程之
And
外，
apart
还有
from
我们
the
的小
exciting
考。偷偷
lesson,
的告诉大家，不要告诉
there
别
is
人哦。
also
刚刚
the
来2位
mini
同学，
assessment
素
of
质非
the
常认真
Sangharama
在学
quiz.
习，
Let
真
me
的
reveal a
非
little
常精
secret.
进。
Two
今天参
volunteers
与
or
我们考
students
试的
were
是来自美
diligently
国的
practicing
斯文助教，
just now,
以
and
及
one of
来
them
自
is Dharma
澳洲
Assistant
的
Suwan
建清师兄。
and
跟我
Dharma
们
Brother
一起
Tian
在
Ting
聊
from
天区
Australia.
打上
And
999
in the Zoom
为他
chat,
们
please
加
type in
油鼓励。
999 to encourage them.
YouTube 的图们也不可以偷懒哦，一样要打
If you're
上
on
999
YouTube,
哦。
you cannot be lazy as well. You
谢谢
must
大
please
家。
type in 999 to show your
还
support
没
and
有交作
encouragement.
业的同们，
And if you
我
haven't
们现在
submitted
可
your
以
homework,
开始
you can now
完成的音频
proceed to
是
act
直
or
接，请
start
传给我们
moving
的
and
莲
submit your
花
homework
讲师。
and submit them to Dharma Instructor
接下
Yitai.
来，让我们以最热烈的掌声，
And with
同时在
the
聊天区
warmest
打
round
上
of applause,
222，
let's
有
welcome
请同
Master
学知识渊博、智
most
慧如
knowledgeable
谜、讲
and
解深入浅出、歌声动
Master
人的
Lin
莲位
who
上师
also has the
雷师
melodious
傅。 阿
voice
弥
to
陀佛，莲师上
compassionately
师。
teach the lesson in great detail.
好，请大家双手
Okay,
合
everyone,
十，
please put your palms
诚
together
心顶礼
and
真本无上
wholeheartedly
师
pay
弟
homage
先
to
显
our
真，
lineage guru,
真佛宗历代传承
His
祖
Holiness Living
师，
Buddha Liansheng, and the True Buddha School
坛
lineage
城
gurus,
三宝，
the triple gem of
请
the
手
altar,
持莲花
the three
同时
jewels of
手
the
印，
altar, and form the Pama Kumara Mudra.
观想根本上师
Visualize
莲生圣
True
尊，
Guru, His Holiness Living
坐
Buddha
顶
Liansheng,
上光
above the
加
top
持，
of your crown, shining great light to bless,
共念莲花同
and
时心
recite
咒7遍，祈请
the
传承
Pama
大
Kumara
加
mantra
持。
7 times to pray for the great
Om
lineage blessing.
Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom Om Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom Om Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom Om Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom Om Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom Om Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom Om Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lian Shen Shidi Hom 好，上师、教授师、法师、
Okay,
讲师、助
Masters,
教、各
Senior
位师
Reverends,
兄师姐，
Reverends,
大家好。
Dhamma Instructors, Dhamma Assistants, Dhamma
对，
Brothers and
那个
Sisters,
为什
greetings
么
to
会因
everyone.
为我是用222，很奇怪的数字？OK，
Dhamma
我喜
Instructor
欢
Meir,
111啦，因为我是
why do you
111号出家
welcome
的。OK， 好，国
me
历
with
1月
222?
5
It's such
号，
a
然
strange
后
number. I
农
like the
历
number
1月
1
5
because
号，世
I was
尊
ordained
宣布
on the
要
1st
来
of January.
升我当这个上师哈，所以下次用111
You
记
can
住了
welcome me
哈。
with 111
OK， 好，那
to
个稍微
welcome me in the
开
future.
始哈，在开
At the
始之
beginning
前
of
先
the
跟大家
lesson,
分享一下，大家有没有注意到这个7月5号的时候，
did you notice on
世
the
尊
5th
在
of
这个长
July,
寿佛的法会又
Grandmaster
指
doing
导
the
大家这个
Amitayas
持咒的问题，有注
Homa,
意到吗？
he
像刚刚我
instructed
有自
everyone
己
on
的，因为
the
我们在台湾
mantra.
的时候都是念长咒哈，
Just
然
now,
后
I
现在到了这边
so
就变成
involuntarily I
有时
recited
候
the long
顺着大
mantra,
家的意思
Pama
念，
Kumara
有的人不
mantra,
自觉的，
but
我还是要念长咒。
sometimes
好，这是一
to
个。那
attune
那
to
天
everyone,
世
I
尊就有
would
讲到这个
recite the
长
short
寿佛
mantra. But
音乐的制作，所以
so Grandmaster was commenting on the mantra.
Om Amarani Zuan Diye Soha， 对吗？
So he was
我们
commenting
之
on
前
the
有讲过
Amitayas
哈，
Buddha
这个持
mantra,
咒的
its
时候那个
production.
咬字要清楚，
When
而
we
且
recite
不要
mantras,
模
we need
糊
to
不清。比如
enunciate
说那
them
个一打
clearly,
的话，他念
prevent
的
mispronunciation. If the because the person recited 主恩爹 very fast, very quickly, so the syllables sounded like instead of the syllables being articulated very clearly, it sounded like when they were chanted together in a very quick tempo, it sounded like TBSOU. So keys to mantra recitation, you have to enunciate each syllable very clearly and not like when you slur the syllables, that's considered in it sounds like it's not being pronounced properly because then it sounds like you're reciting the mantra wrongly, which might produce the wrong kind of energy. So instead of trying to recite it very fast with all the syllables slurred, you recite it slower and each syllable accurately so that the sound wave and the frequency will be more correct. So let's welcome the two classmates who are taking part in the mini assessment today to prepare. And let's look at the first page of the PowerPoint. Dharma brother Tianqing and Dharma assistant Si-Wen. So let's start with Dharma assistant Si-Wen, who, if you don't have the ritual implements, you can turn on your microphone and then tap the table so that there is that sense of rhythm. Once you are ready, you can start.
Qi lan zhu he shi wei ya ling清晨佛之公书成永无法往尘爱为寒为呀平凡沙有安宁，南无护法藏菩萨摩诃萨。摩诃般若波罗蜜。
好，斯文字助教不错哈。好，来，我们也听听
Okay,
看
very
建
good.
清
So
师
now let's
兄
listen to
建
Dharma
清师兄
brother
的这里面
Tianqing.
有法器哈，我们尝试
He
看
has
看，
the
动
ritual
作也都没有
implements,
关
so
系哈。 就像那
even if
个
you sing it wrongly, that's okay.
长
So
寿佛的音
just
档，虽
like
然唱
the
的没有如此
Amitabha's
的好，但
mantra,
是
even
也给
though
我们提
it
供一个
wasn't
学习的
very
机会哦。这个
good,
是我
but
们
it
要
also
反复
allowed
听的
us
长寿佛音档。
lesson,
师尊可以提
a
醒
learning
我与大
lesson.
家
So
持咒。
it's a
那
way
建
for
清
Prime
师
Master
兄
to
如果唱
remind
的
us
有
about
一点问
mantra
题也没有
chanting and
关系，这样
pronunciation. So
同
even
学
if
可
there are
以一起
problems,
学。
that's
好，来
okay
准
because it
备
allows
好
everyone
的
to
话，
learn. So
镜
once you're
头放
ready,
到建清师
please
兄那边。
spotlight on Dharma Brother Tianqing. Please turn on your microphone. And once you're ready, please start. Don't be nervous.
好了，可以开始吗？
可以，准备好就开始哦。
好。切难度啊！重新来，对不起，开始就错了。
Sorry, let me start again.
切难度啊！这爱何时为灵清晨佛慈供速成拥护法完成为汉为平凡在用安宁南无护法藏菩萨摩诃萨摩诃耶波罗蜜。
好，这个本来如果在佛学院
Okay, at the Buddhist college, during lessons, I would first invite other classmates to help the one taking the exam to spotlight the places for improvement. So because there's limited time on doing the online class, so I will just mention it directly. Dharma Brother Tianqing, and also everyone to take note some of the issues. Once we have started chanting or singing, today is the mini exam, but it can become a habit. Dharma Brother Tianqing, were you very nervous today?
有看到剑清师兄在哪里吗？
对，比较紧张。
很紧
Yes,
张
we're quite nervous.
好，对，紧张的时候
So when one is nervous, you tend to rush things. Do you usually chant it so fast? Exactly. What about at the temple? Are you part of the chanting group? Yes, I help out at the temple. Okay, I must try to wait. So says, so if you help out at the chanting group at the temple, then I would then the criteria would increase because the chanting group at a temple, once you have started, there is no turning back. You can't stop and start over again. During any Dharma ceremony or any ritual procedure, it's a no-no. Once you have started, you have to do your best to continue and complete it. Do you understand? Okay. So this is also something for other students to understand. So Dharma Brother Tianqing, please don't mind. I'm also very thankful that you have demonstrated situations that may occur, which other students have not yet demonstrated. So once we start, there's no turning back, no stopping and start restarting. So I think you do understand, but do know how to sing it, but it's just because you're nervous, so you sang too quickly and you stopped 2 or 3 times during the chanting. Why did you stop? I lost track of which line I was singing. Are you looking at the computer screen or are you looking at Dianban score. So on site, if you are looking at the Dianban, then maybe this wouldn't be so much of a problem. Usually, if I am, for example, doing prostration repentance, the Dianban score, I would enlarge it and put it in front of me, and it would be easier to see. So this is a reminder for everyone. Sometimes the ritual procedure, if the words are too small, when you're standing and there's a distance from the score to, it's hard for you to see it. So it's something for everyone to pay attention to. Is the main problem is that here you sang too fast. And once you sing too fast, it's very easy to make mistakes, and then you might pause. So you need to chant it slowly and have a good grasp of the tempo. So once you start, the tempo becomes too fast, it's very hard for you to slow down or to correct yourself. It has to be a very stable tempo. You can't let people feel it's very anxious or hurried. Then you can't achieve that same effect, which allows you to regulate your own qi. So something for other students to take note of as well. So remember not to sing too fast. When you sing slower, there is more time to visualize and more time to enter to think about the Dharma meaning. Were you able to enter into the mind or attitude of praising Sankarama just now, Dharma brother Tianxing? Exactly. So it's not just you, but 99% of other people, when they sing the Sankarama praise, they don't really have that mind of reverence or praise for Dharmapalas and Sankarama, the guardian deity. So then it becomes wasted, right? Because if you only think about singing and the tempo, then you are still at the level of just singing. But what we hope to achieve is to elevate the level to that of Fan Bai, sacred chants, where your mind is immersed in the true meaning of that praise. But I think that you do know how to sing, just that you sang it too fast. So remember to slow down your pace. Then your mind will also be less nervous. The faster you sing it, the more nervous you'll be. Okay?
好，谢谢。
Okay, so since there are no other problems, then let's go into today's lesson proper. Now let's go to the first page of the PowerPoint and let's thank both volunteers, Dharma Brother Tianxing and also Dharma Assistant Siwen. Both know just that due to nervousness. So today we are going to talk about the longevity altar and the deliverance altar during Dharma ceremonies. The altar installation or the setup of these two altars constitute the compassionate actualization of vows. It's not just merely the placement or display of spirit tablets, but they are it's centered on its respective recipients, the object of perception, and the singing has to elevate to the level of sacred chanting. And we need to practice this consecration, the invocation, or the altar installation, anwei, in accordance with the Dharma. When I go to cultivation venues to preside over Dharma ceremonies, I discovered many problems or very many issues. Sometimes even the main deity of the longevity altar and the deliverance altar respectively were enshrined wrongly. So when the deliverance altar is installed properly, then only then can the spirit beings receive true Bardo deliverance. And so today's lesson it will cover the origins of the establishment of the longevity altar and deliverance altar, the determination of the main deities of each altar, the content of the edict tablets, the mantras, the keys of mantras, the meaning of the praises, praise verses, the key points for altar installation or invocation, and there will be 3 lessons on on the longevity altar and deliverance altar. Today's lesson will be fully on theory, and the next lesson we will spend half the lesson on theory before spending the other half on the practical aspect of chanting. So before going into the overview of let's go into I ask you answer. I remember it was Master Li and I who would do this. So let's try that with everyone. You have to understand the recipients of the altar of each altar. So who is the main deity of the longevity altar and deliverance altar? Who are we blessing for the longevity altar and the deliverance altar? And why am I asking? Because many temples, they would enshrine the main deity of the altars wrongly. Are you surprised? Do you wonder why it's possible to enshrine the wrong main deity of the deliverance altar and the longevity altar, even for temples that have been operating for 20-30 years? So what is the crux of the problem? So the first question, if you're ready, you can type in your answer in the Zoom chat. For Pama Kumara Dharma ceremonies, who is the main deity of the longevity altar and the deliverance altar? There are two answers to this question. I mean, two parts to this question. And for Akishigarbha Bardo Deliverance Drama ceremony, who is the main deity of the longevity altar and the deliverance altar? So there are also two parts to the second question. So once you are ready, once you know you have the answer in your mind, you can type it in the chat, and this would allow me to have an understanding of your level of understanding of this. So I hope that if you're involved, especially in the drama affairs in the temple, then please type in your answer. So even if you guess it wrongly, that's okay, because it would allow us to address all those issues. So if it's answered correctly, then maybe people might just take it for granted that everyone knows. So I am not going to reveal the answer as of yet, but we will review it later on. So let's first talk about the origin of the establishment. You can continue typing in your answers in the chat. So for the longevity altar, Yan Sheng Wei, the recipients are, or we are praying for the living. It's protecting life. And for deliverance altar, the recipients, or we are praying for deceased beings to relieve their suffering. So for longevity altar, the main recipients are the Dharma ceremony recipients, or those who have been registered for the Dharma ceremony. So I will just simplify, abbreviate this to Dharma ceremony participants. So it's hoping that their disasters can be averted, misfortunes removed, lifespans can be prolonged, and allow them to abide, their bodies and mind to abide in right mindfulness so that their lives can be sustained. And for the netherworld spirits, we are talking only about the spirits who have been registered for the Dharma ceremony. So I might cover something that might surprise some of you. It includes deceased ancestors, deceased friends and relatives, karmic creditors, attached spirits, or fetus spirits, which I will simply abbreviate as Dharma ceremony spirits. So you're praying that through the merit dedication, the merit of the offering, it will benefit the alleviation of their suffering, and they can depart from suffering, attain bliss, be received by the Buddhas, and be delivered to the Pure Land. So they have a shared purpose, and they are hoping that all beings can attain Bodhi or enlightenment. So they all, whether it's longevity or deliverance altar, they have the same purpose of They are both an expression of reaping the kindness from the fourfold benefactors above and aiding those who suffer in the three paths below. So when people are not sure about the deities of the Dharma ceremony, the longevity altar, and the deliverance altar, there are three different aspects. It will lead to problems in the enshrinement of the altar. So to help the practice be carried out in accordance with the Dharma, in 2019, on the 27th of April at Taiwan Leizang Temple, Grandmaster Lu, Dharma King, Living Buddha Liansheng, he actually explained about the Edict tablet. So because there are so many problems encountered, I asked Grandmaster, consulted Grandmaster, and I typed his detailed answer. I typed his answer word for word and posted it on this page. You can look at the link below, that blue text. If you click on the link, you can actually type it. You can click on it, or you can go to visit this webpage to see the response from Grandmaster regarding this question. A transcript, almost like a transcript of Grandmaster's answer in Chinese. So there are three different contexts. The part A, the Dharma ceremony main deity. The main deity has its setup, its specific mantra wheel, the mantra syllable, details that are unique to that deity, the origin, the offering specific to the main deity. But for the B, which is the longevity altar, this is about disaster pacifying, misfortune averting, increase in blessings, extending lifespan. That is the main significance. And for deliverance altar, it's about delivering the deceased, receiving them to helping them to become reborn in the Western Pure Land. Some people actually replied in the chat, Grandmaster, and if it's a Pama Kumara Dharma ceremony, then it's all Pama Kumara as the main deity. Some typed in Kishigarbha Bodhisattva for the deliverance altar and Medicine Buddha for the longevity altar. So these are common problems. If I actually asked Avalokiteshvara, Guanyin, Bodhisattva, Dharma ceremony, some people might actually type in Guanyin as one of the main deities. So when I was consulting Grandmaster during the question and answer, Grandmaster clearly indicated that no matter the main deity of the Dharma ceremony, the longevity altar and deliverance altar main deity will remain the same. They will not change even if the main deity of the Dharma ceremony changes. So for longevity altar, the main deity is always Medicine Buddha. And for the deliverance altar, the main deity is always Amitabha Buddha. Because, so for A, whether it's Golden Mother of the Tripod, Pama Kumara, or other deities, or Avalokiteshvara, Guanyin Bodhisattva, all the longevity altar, the focus is on Medicine Buddha, because you see in the longevity altar deliverance, you recite 3 chants of Namo Xiao Cai Yan Shou Ya Shifu, which is homage in or refuge in the medicine master Buddha who dispels disasters and prolongs life. So let's take a look at the longevity altar ritual procedure. So we would first sing Zeng Fu Shou Pusa, which is the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva who bestows fortune and longevity. And then we would chant 3 chants of Medicine Buddha's name. We would sing Namo Medicine Buddha, and then we would also recite Medicine Buddha's empowerment mantra 7 times. So this is also evidence that proves that the main deity of the longevity altar is medicine Buddha, and the main purpose is to extend one's lifespan, increase blessings and fortune. So this is why medicine Buddha is the main deity of the longevity altar. And the next deliverance altar. Why is it Namo Bo Ye Hui Shang Fu Busa, Namo the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas of the Prajna assembly, and also the chanting of the Heart Sutra? And this sutra, why is there no sutra in the longevity altar, but there's sutra in the deliverance altar? Let's continue looking on. First, there is the mantra that uproots all karmic hindrances and rebirth in the Pure Land. But this mantra is also known as the rebirth mantra or the deliverance mantra. You would chant it 7 times. And so this is one clue. And then we would also chant the Amitabha Buddha phrase. So this is the second clue. And the third clue in the dedication verse, we would sing, may we be reborn in the Western Pure Land. And so this is the third clue, and which shows that the main deity of the deliverance altar is Amitabha Buddha. So these are ways that we can figure out who is the main deity. So Amitabha Buddha is indeed the main deity of the deliverance altar. So sometimes people would be confused by the main deity of the Dharma ceremony. If it's a Pamakumara Dharma ceremony, some people think then, oh, okay, the main deity of the longevity or deliverance altar is also Pamakumara. But the main deity is different from the longevity and deliverance altar. So if you go and attend the grand ceremonies in Seattle, you will notice the main deity at the very front. At the back of the convention center, there would be 2 altars, the longevity altar and also the deliverance altar with medicine Buddha and Amitabha Buddha. At Tawanlizang Temple, because the altar is fixed, so it's in front of Grandmaster's Dharma seat, we specially designed an altar for the main deity of the Dharma ceremony. And so the main deity of the Dharma ceremony is always right in the center. And for the longevity altar, it's always medicine Buddha. For the deliverance altar, it's always Amitabha Buddha. And just now I deliberately said this trick question, which is for Kishigarbha Bodhisattva ceremony, who is the main deity of the deliverance altar? And somebody really answered Kishigarbha Bodhisattva as the main deity of the deliverance altar. So when we are singing the deliverance altar, the altar installation Anwei, or the sending off ritual, the Songwei, where do we actually chant Kishigarbha Bodhisattva's name? So how is it possible for Kishigarbha Bodhisattva to be the main deity of the deliverance altar? Even the dedication is aspiring to be reborn in the Pure Land of the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. So once you are clear in this theoretical understanding, then you would never again make that mistake of being confused about the main deities of these 3 components of our ceremony. So now we know that the main deity of a deliverance altar is Amitabha Buddha. Then you have this Edict tablet with Amitabha Buddha, and you also have the Trinity of the Pure Land. But when you're placing the Edict tablets, maybe you might have 3 or you have 5 Edict tablets. Kishigarbha Bodhisattva is smack center, and Amitabha Buddha is on the side. So this is also wrong. So the person who knows that the The person who is drawing the edict tablets knows that Amitabha Buddha is the main deity of the deliverance altar, but the person who is installing or invoking, performing the Anhui, the altar installation, also known as consecration or invoking ritual, they might have made this mistake. So there's something to pay attention to. So small conclusion to this part, we need to be very clear in our theoretical understanding to have clarity in understanding the Dharma meaning. Then you will be able to carry out the ritual procedure in accordance with the Dharma. And the longevity and deliverance altar, they both have their own Dharma meanings. They have their distinct purposes. And so Grandmaster's overall conclusion for deliverance, it's Amitabha Buddha's in charge. For extension of longevity, prolonging life, medicine Buddha is in charge. So once you are clear on that, now let's cover some of the questions you might have regarding the Anhui, the altar installation. What about the mantras in these rituals? We haven't received the empowerment for it. Then can we actually chant these mantras and do the altar installation? The mantras in the ritual procedure, mantras are a very important part of blessing or empowerment. So the longevity altar dedication includes the medicine Buddha empowerment mantra, and then there is also the food transformation, the Amrita mantra, the universal offering mantra. For deliverance altar, there is the main deities rebirth mantra or deliverance mantra. And there is also the three mantras of the food transformation, Amrita mantra, and universal offering mantra. And according to the rules of Tantric Buddhism, even for mantras, we also need to receive empowerment, which will allow the power to increase, and it will prevent the practice from deviating. So in Tantric Buddhism, it's actually more rigorous theoretically, but in 2021, Dharma King answered during the You Ask, I Answer interaction. For the altar and for the longevity altar and the deliverance altar installation, they also appear in Sutrayana tradition, but in the Sutrayana tradition, they don't actually have the Abhisheka, the empowerment segment. So because it has been people follow the ritual procedure and have been doing so for a long time. So during the practical aspect, we don't compulsory require everyone to receive empowerment, but still, if you are able to receive remote empowerment, it's still considered better to increase that lineage blessing. If you are only following along and attending and chant the Dhamma ceremony or to participate in the chanting group, then you don't need to receive empowerment. And so you don't have to be concerned or worried about whether you receive empowerment to chant together, participate in the Dharma ceremony. So it's like the Sutrayana tradition, you don't have to receive empowerment. However, if you are on a regular basis, frequently helping the Dharma ceremony or cultivation venue to carry out these procedures, then you often help with altar installation or sending off the invocation ritual or the sending off ritual with the merit dedication, the food offering for the deceased, food offering, etc. All these Dharma activities, services at the temple, I would recommend that you seek empowerment from Grandmaster, from the Dharma King, so that when you are performing all these rituals, the benefits to the living and the deceased, it will increase. So maybe the whole cultivation venue, all the people involved, you can list all the names of everyone involved, and then one person can compile all the names, and you can submit all the name list all at once. So this would solve that problem of praying for empowerment. And the next part about the edict tablets, this is the part that I feel very, I feel I was very alarmed when I encountered all these edict tablets when I went to the cultivation venues. It's not just about chanting. You need to know you have the right mentality and attitude. These tablets are not just tablets, but they include the aspiration, the vows of the main deity, the invocation of the recipients, the intended recipients, and the direction of the blessing. So, what is the content of the blessing? Is it for disaster pacifying or is it for Bardo deliverance? So, if you don't understand the content of the edict tablets, you don't know who the main deity is and you're just chanting along, then this is formalistic, it's superficial following along. And have you ever participated in altar installation or sending off rituals and you actually took a look at the edict tablets, the command tablets, and you actually know what is the meaning of the content on these edict tablets? If you know what it means, type in 111. If you don't know what it means, type in 000. So 111, do you always take a look at it every single time? Not necessarily. So if you typed in 000, did you suddenly awaken to your did the light suddenly dawn on you to figure out who is the main deity of the longevity altar and deliverance altar? Who have you been invoking? Isn't this a very big question? So we need to pay attention. If we don't understand, then it just becomes mere singing, formalistic or ritualistic singing. Only through the command or the decree on that edict tablet, it's blessing. Without the intent, you're not able to properly invoke the main deity of the longevity altar or deliverance altar. Because if you have absolutely no idea who you're invoking, then who are you invoking? Who are you blessing? Then the power is very weak, it's diminished. So isn't this a really big problem? And now let's look at the first point, the edict tablets of the longevity altar. We are using red paper with black text, and the main deity is Medicine Master Tathagata, or Medicine Buddha. And the purpose is, once again, disaster pacifying, averting of misfortunes, increasing blessings, prolonging life. And commonly, its contents would include Medicine Master Buddha or Tathagata commands. So here it's not written, it would usually write Om Fong. Medicine Buddha, Medicine Buddha's Buddha light to shine on the assembly of such and such Dharma ceremony to pacify disasters, avert misfortunes, increase fortune or blessings, increase lifespan, to allow the stars of birth to increase longevity, blessings, position, etc. So there are these templates or samples of these edict templates on the TBSOU website or on the Taiwan Lizang Temple's website, which the link which I shared just now, you can take a look there, you can reference. Next page. What about the edict tablets of the deliverance altar? It's yellow paper with red text, and the main deity is Amitabha Buddha. So the edict tablets of the Dharma ceremony would slightly change. There are two main categories for deliverance Dharma ceremonies. It would be the three sovereigns, And B, if it's a prostration, repentance, or if it's a repentant ceremony.
我在跟师恩对答的时候，不是对答，我在请示师尊，师尊回答的
When
时
I
候，
was consulting
因为很多
Grandmaster,
人都有一个疑问，
because a lot of
拜
people have
忏一定要
questions
用
when
这
we
三
are
支园灵位的令牌，哪三支？
prostrating,
一
if
个
it's a
是
repentance
佛王，一个是
ceremony,
仙王，
do
一个是
we
帝王，
also use
这
the
是阿弥
sovereigns,
陀
the
佛
Buddha,
勒令，前面要
Buddha
加一个
King,
翁凤， 因为
Celestial
我之
King,
前没有加翁凤，是因为
Earth
早
King,
期师
or
尊画的令牌都
so
没有，
it's
我们等一下再讲那个过程哈。第二个是
the
第一
sovereign
个
of the
翁
Buddhas,
凤，
Amitabha,
阿
the
弥陀
sovereign
佛
of
勒令，
celestial
今
beings,
世生
Golden
有
Mother
第
of the
三业
Japon,
净化园灵位
sovereign of the
令，
earth,
第二个
Kishigarbha
仙王
Bodhisattva.
翁凤，
So the first
了
one,
其真有乐
Buddha
令，一切有
King
情火化
Amitabha
功德
Buddha
园灵位令，
decrees
第三个
that
地藏王翁凤，第
the
三个
body,
尊
speech, and
前世
mind,
里
the
结
three
业障
karmas,
水拜忏化
can be
缘灵位
purified.
令纲。
Goda,
所以我
the
在
sovereign
帮
of the
大家
celestial
跟学问的
beings,
时候，
Goda
拜忏
Mother,
一定要用这
commands
三支
that
园灵位令牌吗？还是呢，我用一般超度的令牌就可以，对不对？是不是大家有这个疑问？甚至有
so
人拜忏的时候都没有写这
is
三个
it
园灵位
is
的
it
令牌，
absolutely necessary to invoke these three deities
怎么
for
办？到底
the
要不
repentant
要？是一
ceremonies
般超度
and
令牌就好，
also
还是要用
for
这三支？师
the
尊回
Bardo
答，
Deliverance ceremony?
要用这
Do
三
we
支园灵位
use
令
these
牌。
three?
所以我们不
Grandmaster
论
answered,
的
yes,
梁
we
皇宝
use these
忏还是
three,
真佛宝忏的
whether
法
it's
会，
for true Buddha
记住
repentance,
一定
for
要有
Emperor
拜
of Liang
忏的令牌，
repentance
不能
ritual.
只有超度的令牌
You
哦。比
can't
如说
just have
你这个是
Bardo
梁皇宝
Deliverance
忏的法会
edict
加瑜
tablets.
伽焰口，
You
瑜
also
伽
need
焰
to
口是
include
超度，
these
就两个
three
咯。所以你不能
edict
只有画
tablets.
瑜伽焰口超度法
You
会的令
can't
牌，你前面
just
梁皇宝
draw
忏也
the
要画令
three,
牌哦，它是
you
拜
can't
忏
just
的
draw
法
the
会哦，
edict tablets for
知
the
道吗？
Kishigarbha
好，好，
Yoga Flaming Mouth ritual. You also
再
need to
回来
include
看这
the
个第一个
specific
A 超度令牌。
ritual
这
edict
样理解了
tablets.
以
So
后，我们
let's
再
go
回来
back
看超
to
度。
A,
其实两个令牌
part
都
A.
是以三王为主，有
The
没有注意
two
到
parts
三
A and
王
B,
的核心架
they
构？因为这是师尊的法
their
本经哈。
core
好，我们一
structure
般看到的是一样是佛王哈，佛王、
they
仙王、
both
帝
they
王。这
both
个
depend on
这
these
什
three
么佛
same
王、仙王、
deities,
帝王是
which are
没有要
also the
写在令
personal
牌上的
idams
哦。
of
好，我只
Grandmaster.
是给大家备注而已。所以同
I
样的，
included
常看到的书写内容是写翁
so
凤、阿弥陀佛勒
so
令、
for A,
法周皆
Buddha
业、
King Amitabha Buddha
西方
commands
集集如
the
令
Dharma
纲。
vessel
蓝
to
色的
Bardo
字
deliver
是
or receive the
中委会给的版本。
assembly of spirits of the Dharma
当
ceremony
中那
to
个
be
红色的
delivered
字
to the
是我给
Western
大
Pure
家的
Land
记忆，
of
跟我们以
the
前在
ultimate
牌里
bliss.
都有写的哈。等一下我再
TBSOU
跟大家讲
Ruling
为什
Income.
么。第二
And
个瑶池金母，翁凤瑶
second,
池金母
Golden
勒令，
Mother
六道金刚
commands
指
that
勒令，法会众灵摄招
the
集
Vajras
集
of
如
the
律令纲。
six
第三个
paths
翁凤地藏菩萨勒令，超度
to
地狱恶鬼畜生集集如律
draw or
令纲。
gather the Dharma ceremony
我有多加了
spirits.
一个法会。
And the
来，
third,
我们先到下一页，先记住我
Kishigarbha
为什
Bodhisattva
么
commands
要讲这个重
to
点。
deliver
这
the
个如果可以放
beings of
大
the
的
three
话，
lower
给大
realms.
家看一
Okay,
下
so
哦。
now let's
以
take a
最
look at
左
the
边左边数来第
edict
二个地
tablets that
藏
have
王
been
菩萨的令牌，
drawn
稍微给
wrongly.
大家看一下，这是我
So
当时
for
的时候。
so
我
these
跑
have
到哪
been
里去？
drawn for a Emperor of Liang,
嗯，
repentance
好，我们
and
看一
yoga
下，
flaming
你
mouth
们有
Dharma
放大吗？
ceremony. Are you able to
那
enlarge
个谁，义才把它稍微放大，让大家看一
so
下。
that everyone can see more clearly?
好，大家看
Okay,
到倒数第
so
左边数过来，这里有一
左边
个，
is
你看这个
from
早
the
期画
left.
的令牌都是只有
If
打3个勾勾哦，在佛
in
头
earlier
上面
days,
没
they
有
would
加
only
翁凤
draw
哈。
3 ticks
那
and they don't write
一
Feng
开
at the
始
top.
这个
And
是
at the
我到某道
beginning,
场看到他们写的令牌，有没有看到
when I went
地
to a
藏
certain
王
cultivation
勒令
venue,
超
do
度？
you see Kishigarbha, Bodhisattva, Bardo
我怕我
deliver?
自己眼睛也看不太到，还要再
Sorry,
放大一点。
you need to enlarge it a bit bigger because I have trouble seeing it
我在
still.
我的电脑放大，法界六道，
法
十类
界六道
阴
means
魂，
Dharma
九
realms,
横冤
6
鬼，
realm,
十
Dharma
恶亡
realms,
魂。我不晓得你们
6
有没有
realms.
看清楚，我再念
I'm
一
not
遍
sure
给
whether
大
you
家看。
can see clearly,
法
but I'll
界
recite.
六道，
six realms, the wandering spirits of the 6 realms of the Dharma realms, 10 evils, wild goats. When I saw this edict tablet, I was stunned. This is evidence that you're trying to make you're trying to cause me suffering, right? It's really difficult to be a master because you are risking your life and you are invoking these spirits that have these spirits.
好，到下一页，我看看是不是下一页的 PPT 的内容。
So I especially went to consult Grandmaster on this, and let's look at the next slide of the PowerPoint. When I was consulting Grandmaster,
我跟师兄问说，这个上面写的9横冤鬼、12狂魂，这个
spirits who have encountered 9 disasters and misfortunes, do we really have the capacity or the ability to do such stuff? Because there is even edict tablets for childless male and female wandering spirits or lone spirits. And Grandmaster already indicated clearly that you cannot use such edict tablets because they are edict tablets specific for unbounded Dharma ceremonies. So the ceremonies in our school have protected boundary. They are not unbounded Dharma ceremonies. So Sutrayana, usually they have a water, land, right? A universal deliverance, a pudu, and they do it for 7 days and 7 nights. You need to have at least 100 sangha. It's a grand scale Dharma ceremony with grand expenses. You have mountains. You truly have mountains of offerings. You have inner altar, you have outer altar. You have sutra chanting. You have repentance ceremony. You are doing yoga flaming mouth ritual every single night to truly be able to carry out an unrestricted, unbounded Dharma ceremony. But the cultivation venues in our school, they're carrying out small-scale Dharma ceremonies with boundary protection. So chapters or cultivation venues cannot draw such edict tablets. So when I consulted Grandmaster, when you write, you have invited all these wandering spirits of the 6 realms and of all the Dharma realms. How are you able to bear the responsibility or to Bardo deliver all these beings? You can only Bardo deliver the beings who have been registered for the Dharma ceremony. So only the specific spirits for Dharma ceremonies. And when you're drawing these edict tablets, if the person who doesn't know the true meaning of, and they write on the edict tablets, they write even the evil spirits of who have committed the 10 evils or when you're chanting, if you look at the edict tablets and when you're chanting, then it would cause a lot of problems at the cultivation venue, causing spiritual clashes, problems at the temple. You need to also perform spiritual cleansing. You need to purify the premises, the cultivation venue, after you have invited so many. You have invited a lot of noxious energy to your temple. So Grandmaster replied during that consultation, the higher being said that we just invite the usual Dharma ceremony tablets. I wrote a big cross, not out of disrespect, but because I was afraid that people might use them wrongly. So please don't use these it's a big reminder to everyone to not use this. So there is no sense of irreverence or disrespect, but it's just a reminder to everyone, a serious reminder to not use these tablets wrongly and invoke their wrong beings. So these are the Edict tablets, and you can look at usually it would write 法会众灵, which means Dhamma ceremony, assembly of spirits. If you zoom in, you will be able to see the content of the Edict tablets more clearly. You can look at these Edict tablets, zoom in on your computer later on. After the class, you can look for the page respective, look for the relevant information so you can look at them more closely. For Bardo Deliverance ceremonies,
我写的比较复杂哦，超度地藏王超度
Bardo Deliverance Dharma ceremony. So if it's Kishigaba Bodhisattva, commands to Bardo deliver the registered beings of the hungry ghost, animal, and hell beings registered for the Dharma ceremony. And in September this year, the Dhamma instructors and assistants, this year, Ayushmat Master Lian Man and Ayushmat Master Lian Chuan will also cover this during this year's September training for Dharma propagators. So I won't further explain. So let me first talk about Taiwan Lisang Temple and not talk about the True Bear Foundation part. This is at Taiwan Lisang Temple, Emperor of Liang repentance ritual and yoga flaming mouth ritual. You will see many Edict tablets on the right side. So Tanka is at the top and the incense altar is at the bottom, represented by the circle. Because it's two Dharma ceremonies, there are five Edict tablets at the top left. That's for the repentance. That's for the Bardo deliverance. At the top is center, three rituals. The five at the top is for yoga flaming mouth. The three in the middle is for the repentance ritual. So apart from the three idams of Grand Master, there is also Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva command or Edict tablet, and then there's Surupa Kaya Tathagata Edict tablet. Because the yoga flaming mouth ritual also includes Surupa Kaya Tathagata, the invocation of this Buddha to help restore the forms of the spirits. So remember, Amitabha Buddha is right in the center. Please don't put it at the please don't put it at the side. Then that is Buddhas are always at the center, then the Bodhisattvas at the side. So I've seen Kishigaba in the center and then Amitabha Buddha and Surupakaya Tathagata at the side. I don't quite agree with this. So Amitabha Buddha is in the center, then Surupakaya Tathagata, because Amitabha is the main deity, so he has to be in the center. Then Surupakaya Tathagata, then Kishigaba Bodhisattva. Then on the left side, the tiger side, that would be Golden Mother and then Avalokiteshvara. So one Edict tablet right at the front, that is the scorched face, Mahasabha Jiao Mian Da Shi. So for bigger ceremonies like Yoga Flaming Mouth ceremony or Emperor of Liang repentance ritual, we have to invoke Scorched Face Ghost King or Scorched Face Mahasabha, also known as Scorched Face Mahasabha, to be present. If you have the statue, you can enshrine the statue. If you don't have, you can use the edict tablet. Do you need me to recite it aloud, or is it possible to zoom in so that everyone can see? Scorched Face Mahasabha commands to Bardo deliver the Dharma ceremony registered beings to be Bardo delivered. So we have, when we are if there is a, I know it's a lot of edict tablets, but if you have a Yoga Flaming Mouth ritual, then you have 5 edict tablets at the back. Then you have the repentance ritual, the Emperor of Liang repentance. Then you have the 3 edict tablets in the center, and then the single edict tablet for the Scorched Face Mahasabha right at the front. This is at Rainbow Temple, their longevity altar, because they permanently have, they are constantly having Dharma ceremonies. So it's called a Yansheng Tang. So it's not temporary, so it's permanent. So that's why it's Yansheng Tang. It's like a small hall dedicated to longevity Buddha and the his 2 attendants, Moonlight Bodhisattva and Sunlight Bodhisattva. So it's if it's just a temporary altar, then it'll be Yansheng Wei. So it's only one difference of 1 character, but it's the significance is that one is temporary, one is permanent. So for Amitabha Buddha's edict tablet, why is it that previously they didn't have Om Feng? So somebody consulted Grandmaster later on, is it necessary to include Om Feng? And Grandmaster in the past, Grandmaster also didn't write Om Feng, and he just had 3 ticks and the Riyue, like the sun and moon. So later on, because they consulted Grandmaster, it became Om Feng, apart from the 3 stars and then the sun and the moon. Amitabha Buddha's power commands the Dharma vessel to Bardo deliver to the Western Pure Land. Here for Kishigarbha Bodhisattva's edict tablet, do you notice that it doesn't specifically indicate the Dharma ceremony registered spirits? So yesterday night I spoke to one of the people who sent out this announcement. How come it's not explicit in mentioning the Dharma ceremony registered spirits? Then will the person who is drawing the edict tablet accidentally invoke with their intention or call upon with their intention all the hungry ghosts, animal spirits, and beings suffering the hell realms? Because if it's a small cultivation venue and it's a small Dharma, it's a small Dharma ceremony with boundary protection, it's not an unbounded ceremony, it's not an unrestricted ceremony. So I spoke to the master in charge of posting the announcement. He said he would reconsider, think about it. So for Amitabha Buddha's edict tablet, you can add in Dharma assembly spirits, registered spirits,
勒令。
In
那如果
Gautam
是
Buddha's
勒
edict
令重
tablet,
名，对不对？你可以再多加2个字，
you
法
can
会
add
重
in
名，
2
可以
extra
吗？
Chinese
这样
characters,
就不是
法
变
会.
成无遮了
So
哈。
it
所
would
以
be
不管是画
specific
令牌
to
还是安乐的，
the
我们知道我们不是
spirits
无遮，
registered
以
for the
法会
Dharma
的报
ceremony,
名者为
and
主。
it's not
好，
an
同样的
unrestricted,
地藏菩
unbounded
萨这里，
Dharma
地藏
ceremony,
王
but
菩
it's
萨
only
超
the
度，
ones
那
registered
你
for the
加一个
ceremony.
法会，
Um,
法会的
Same
地
thing
狱、
for
恶鬼、畜生，
Kishigarbha
这样就是变
Bodhisattva's
成不是无遮了，
edict
是不是这样
tablet. You
子？
can just add
好，
in 2
总
extra
之啦哈，
characters, 法
这
会,
个
which
我
means
们就是
specific
有
to the
发现
Dharma
有问题
ceremony.
的时候，我们就是
So
再
when
把
you
它
observe there are problems,
再
then
把它
we
做
try
做
to
纠正，
address
或
it
者
and
有
we
做
try
这
to
个
remedy or
edit， 就是编辑，不是编辑啊，我中文有时候
we
会
try
顺
to
哈。
correct.
总之我们发
Sometimes
现
I
有问
would
题了，
forget
再把它做
the
调整啊，调整这个
Chinese
字可
terms.
以，可以吗？
So we
懂意
can
思
just
吗？
make minor
多加
adjustments
法
whenever
会2个
necessary.
字就可以把无遮
You just need to
变
add in
成这个
2
有
extra
结界
characters
有
to
限于报名的
to
众灵来参加，不会起一
to
大堆
specify
这
the
个
beings
让大家很害怕的人跑进来
registered
哈。
for your Dharma
好，下一
ceremony.
页。好，这是刚刚的这个我们刚讲过的拜忏令牌哈。
Just
那
know
中文
these
这个
are,
版
as
本的
mentioned,
这
these are
个
the
下面
3
右下角也写真佛宗
ceremony.
全球资讯网这个版本就
These
是
are the
法
3
会
edict
版本。
tablets for the
相关的
Emperor
那
of
个
Liang
红
Ritual
色跟黄色
Repentance.
令牌，那个就是我当时
So
发布在台雷的网站上面哈。我觉得
if
你
you
们
saw the ones with
若
the
是到
yellow
场
and
的
red
法务人员最好去看一
tablets,
下完
you
整的，
can,
就
if
是
you're a
法
Dharma
师每一个字都写
affairs
下来，
personnel at
去
your
看一下当时
cultivation venue at
他
your
们回答
temple,
是
then
什
I
么
think
哈。
it's best that
那这
you
边
go
就
and take
是
a look
多加了
at the
供奉2个
full
字，
article
好，
posted on
跟我
Taiwan
之
Lizang
前画的
Temple's
那个红色跟
website.
黄色的令牌，黄色令牌
Um,
是差不多的。好，这个师尊就没有再特别标示法会了哈，就是按照原来师尊的标准版本就是这样子。
so these are the
好，
standard
下一页。
templates that are
应该
can be
是讲
used
完了。
for the
好，
Dharma
这个就
ceremonies,
是宗委会
regardless of
把
the
这
main
个瑜伽
deity
宴
of
狗
the
法
ceremony.
会跟梁皇宝
For
忏
Yoga
法
Flaming
会
Mouth
令牌全部写在这边
ceremony
给大
and
家了。
the
好，
Emperor of
这
Liang
是刚刚我
Repentance
讲的
Ritual
五
Ceremony,
支、
all the
3
edict
支
tablets
还
are
有
written
1
here,
支，再多1支
5, 3,
就
and
是
1.
如果你们到场
So
有供斋的话，可以加一个
there is
大圣紧那罗王的
if
罗王菩
your
萨的
temple
供
is
养。好，
also
那这样子的话，
offering
我们
meals
在这
to
个
the
道场
Sangha or
的
the Dharma
下一
ceremony
页， 我放在果窗
attendees,
那边。
you can also
好，
include a
令牌补充
specific
说明，我们一一讲。
Dharma
法会主真
edict
令牌
tablet
增寿
for
原则，
the great
往
sage
生位除了
Kinara
3王令牌
King
以外，到场也
Bodhisattva.
可以依需求增设当次法会主尊
You
或
can
莲花童
also,
子。有
depending
时候
on
当天
the
是莲花
cultivation
童
of
子的
venue's
法
need,
会。现
you
在
can
讲的不是
also
瑜伽宴牌
include
哦，瑜
the
伽
main
宴牌就是
deity
一般的
of
妙色生日
the
法
Dharma
会。那一
ceremony
般法会就是3支，这
or
3王啊。
Pamakumara's
那你可以
edict
加
tablet.
当次
So
如果
apart
是
from the
莲花
3
童子法会，
sovereigns,
你
the
说我
edict
当次
tablets of
要
the
莲
3
花童子
sovereigns,
的加持，那你就可以多画1支莲
if
花童子，再多
you
加1支
insist
观
on
世音
having
菩萨的令牌，
Pamakumara's
就变成有3支令牌或5
presence,
支令
you
牌。
can have
这样的话，
an
阿
edict
弥陀
tablet
佛
for
也会编
Pamakumar
制中，就是
and
单
then
数，
include
好不
maybe
好？
Avalokiteshvara, so the number
好，
would
那
always be an
拜
odd
忏跟
number
超度令
of
牌的连
deities.
贯安奉刚刚讲了，梁
And
皇宝
for
忏加瑜
repentance
伽宴
rituals
口
such
法
as
会的
the
话，就是
repentance of Liang
把
plus
超度令
Yoga
牌
Flaming
跟拜
Mouth,
忏令牌
then
一起安奉，最后再一起送位。
you can
第3项，
install
浇
all
念
the
大
edict
师
tablets at the
众
same
忏的
time
功
and
德。
send off,
师尊
invoke
才
all
能
at
指
once
示哈，
and
梁
wait
皇
at the
宝
same
忏
time
跟瑜
and
伽
send
宴
off
口
at the same
大
time,
显
song
超
way
度
at the
佛
same
需
time.
要安奉浇
So
念大
for
师
big
金身，
ceremonies,
纸
you
糊
need
的
to
或者是令
install
牌都
enshrine
可以，作
the
为正坛跟统帅幽冥
the
立
statue
像。
of
那
scorched
这个我
face
们可以在
Mahasava
这个
or
2018
paper
年师尊
effigy
在
or
加
a
州主
command
持这个
tablet
罗天大教的时
to
候哈，
guard
师尊在这个
the
主坛
altar
前往生
and
位延
to
伸位传
supervise
供，
oversee all the spirit beings.
面大事。
So, for example, in 2018, the Luo Tian Da Jiao Dharma ceremony, because that was it was an unbounded, unrestricted Dharma ceremony presided by Grandmaster. There were 10 scorched face Mahasattva every single altar, every shrine, there were 10 separate shrines, altars, and each one had a scorched face Mahasattva. If you are offering vegetarian meals to the Sangha, you can also invoke edict tablets specifically for the great sage Kinara King Bodhisattva, which near the kitchen or near the dining hall, this would help to ensure safety and food safety hygiene, and also peace and harmony, in the kitchen, the cooking team. So Om Feng, the Chinese character, Grandmaster mentioned that if you include Om Feng, it would increase the Dharma, the edict tablets Dharma power. So it was added on later on. And now it's 9:09 p.m. So we will, let me take a look. How much more do we have? So if we're not able to finish everything, we will continue next time. So before installing the tablets, before installing the altar, you need to be clear on the main deity of the respective altars. Don't let it devolve into just a formalistic ritual. Did you truly invoke with your mind, with your heart, your heartfelt intention? Is it aligned with the content of the edict tablets that you are enshrining? And the recipients of the ritual, so before altar installation, the invocation ritual, are you certain, are you clear about the main deities, the recipients of the blessing or supplication? What is the content of the edict tablets? So only when you're clear, then you'll know what you're doing. We need to know who are the recipients, then you can focus your mind and truly understand and invoke the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas to descend, to Bardo deliver, or to bless such and such beings. Then you can visualize clearly, you can do food transformation properly. And also when you are installing the altar installation or conducting the invocation ritual, you can please take a look at the food items that you are offering, the 3 sovereigns. And then when you transfer the offering to when you offer the blessed food to the beings of the lower realms, then you know what to visualize, what to multiply and what to purify when you are doing this blessed food offering. Same thing, you have to offer incense, inform the deities, absorb, gather your mind, focus mind, and supplicate, invoke the deities. Sometimes a single person's mind invocation power is limited. Such a huge ceremony, you're not able to invoke everyone or so many beings. So if you do it collectively, I once asked a specific cultivation venue, how many people are invoking, are performing the invocation ritual, the anwei, the altar installation? Why is it only one? Why don't you ask more people to install together? Because that person said that one person is able to do it. Now that you understand, you are invoking so many Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, deities, and also invoking so many spirits. What do you think? Are you really that powerful and capable? It's best if everyone can do it together, because that intention becomes multiplied, it becomes very great, and you can invoke all the deities to descend together. Because otherwise, if you just do it alone, it's sort of like you are belittling this task, or underestimating the significance of this ritual. So all the spirits of the Dharma ceremony, you also need to pray for the deities to draw or to invoke all these deities to come to the ceremony. And when the merit is perfect, when you invoke the deities properly, then both the living and deceased can truly benefit. So the ritual procedure we will continue next week because the time is already 9:14 p.m. And Dharma instructor Mayor, now can you take a look and see if there are any questions? Are there a lot of surprises for everyone? The main deity of the altar, of the longevity altar and the deliverance altar. If you guessed correctly, then congratulations. But if you didn't, it's okay because once you understand the rationale, the logic and the behind it, you won't make the same mistakes again. Please don't draw edict tablets that might risk the reciting master or the reverends conducting the altar installation to suffer strokes or misfortunes, etc. So hopefully we can prevent all these potential problems and let's thank Master Liang Wei once again for her detailed teaching and also the 2 volunteers who took part in the mini test today. And here's a question posted by Dharma instructor Yichai. Regarding the installation of Namo Dasheng Jina Lo Wang Pusamos and Namo the Great Sage, Kinara King Bodhisattva Mahasattva Edict Tablet, do we also use the longevity altar and deliverance altar ritual procedure? You don't use both the longevity altar installation or the deliverance altar ritual procedure. We would, after the Hiking Sutra, invoke the great sage Kinara King Bodhisattva Mahasattva. So during the dedication, we would pray for him to bless the meal offering, to bless the offering to be perfect and complete, to be auspicious and smooth sailing. So where you do the first step 1 to 7, the front sequence steps of ritual procedure, and then you just use your intent to invoke this deity, and then you also need to remember to chant Namo Dasheng Jina Lo Wang Pusamo 3 times to invoke the descent of this deity. We're not using the ritual procedure for both the longevity altar or deliverance altar. If anyone else has any other ideas, please please share. We can also invite the elders of the Ayushmat group in charge of the Dharma to clarify this point later on. And here's a question from Reverend Lian Fang Fashi. For Homa Dharma ceremony, do we need to have an longevity altar and deliverance altar? Reverend Lian Fang, you has probably gone to Seattle for a long time. Please show your face. What do you think, Lian Fang Fashi? Do you need to install the longevity altar and deliverance altar for Homa ceremony? No sound, Reverend Lian Fang. Okay, I'll answer your question. When you're in Seattle, when you go to Rainbow Temple, didn't you see the Yansheng Tang and Wangsheng Tang, the longevity hall and the deliverance hall? In the early days, they didn't have these specific altars. But for every Dharma ceremony, as long as there are registration forms, there are spirits that come to attend the ceremony, you have to set up a deliverance altar. You need to have a place for these registered spirits to stay. They will not be, there'll be no clash with the living beings. There needs to be a place for them to stay there. I offer you food. Please savor the food there. We will bring joss paper, lotuses, paper lotuses, Dharma vessels for you, and Edict tablets are there, so you can stay there. So if you don't have a deliverance altar for spirits, then it's easy for spiritual clashes to happen. Okay, thank you, Master, for your. Now I understand. Are there any other questions? After hearing Master Lian Wei's answer, if you don't set up the deliverance altar, then we are.
因为你没有给他设位置坐，他当然会乱跑啊。
If you don't set up a dedicated space for them, then they will run everywhere, right? Those like the elderly, small children who have diminished young energy, they might experience spiritual clashes with these beings. Thank you, Master, for your explanation. This is increasing our wisdom. That's a really important point. Here's another question for Master. Excuse us for the. May we ask for the Dharma ceremonies words? Can we use simplified words, Chinese characters? If you're in a region with simplified Chinese characters, I think it's okay. It shouldn't be a problem to write in simplified Chinese. And here's a question from Dharma assistant Ethan. For grand offerings to Buddhas during the sacred birthdays of the various deities, and there are ancestors that need to be enshrined, tablets for deceased ancestors that need to be enshrined. Can we enshrine them immediately after the deliverance altar dedication at the Kishigarbha hall, and then return to the main hall to sing the overall dedication verse? You have to first finish the grand offering to the Buddhas first before doing the other procedures afterwards. So at the main altar, you first offer to the Buddhas, then you go to the Kishigarbha hall, and then, like as I mentioned the other day, you can light an incense, inform the deities that today we are going to carry out the enshrinement of such and such tablet for the deceased such and such. What is the tablet number, the place, the Li family ancestor, etc. After you inform the deity, then you can sprinkle great compassion water to bless, purify, and then you you enshrine the tablet for the deceased. Next lesson, I will go over. We can't keep saying merit dedication because there are actually 3 parts to this ritual. So there is the 回向, which is merit dedication. There is 见识, which is the memorial food offering to the deceased or the food offering. And then there is also anwei, which is the invocation ritual or altar installation. So there are 3 parts to this ritual. It's not just one thing. So after you have performed this ritual at the Kishigarbha hall, then you go back to the main hall and do the dedication. There are no issues with that. Hopefully, did this answer your question? If it didn't, you can turn on your microphone and clarify your question further. You can further extend your question. Greetings, Master. My question is, at the Kishigarba Hall, after we finish chanting the ritual, do we need to finish the whole grand offering to Buddhas? Then we carry out the enshrinement of the ancestor tablets afterward. Then that means you are saying the Deliverance altar dedication twice. So this is the question. Do we need to finish the whole grand offering, which includes the longevity and deliverance ritual, deliverance altar dedication, then do the enshrinement ritual separately? The grand offering is at the main hall, but the deliverance dedication ritual, do you do it at the main hall or the Kishigarba hall? Then, okay, so if you have gone over to the Kishigarba hall and you're doing the deliverance dedication ritual there, then you just need to light incense, inform the deities, purify the tablet for your ancestor. It would only take you additional 3 or 5 minutes. Then you can go back to the main day. So then once you've inserted the incense at the Kishigarba hall, then you perform the deliverance dedication ritual, then you can go back to the main hall. So then you don't have to do it all over again. You don't have to chant the deliverance dedication ritual all over again. So this was the question that we had, whether it's in accordance with the Dharma. So at Taoyuan Temple, it's also done this way. Or that if on that day you're doing the grand ceremony to Buddhas, and if you prefer not to do it at the same time, then you can carry it out on a separate day. Usually, at Taoyuan Temple, there is one reverend at the noon offering at the main hall, and there is a separate reverend at the Kishigarba hall doing the food offering for the deceased. So that's not. It's called jianshi. It's different. So the formal name for it's Western Wall at Taoyuan Temple instead of. But it's also the equivalent of a Kishigarba hall for many cultivation venues, because the reverends, they have other Dharma duties to attend to. They don't have that much time, so they would just do it. They would enshrine the new tablets for deceased ancestors right after chanting the deliverance dedication ritual procedure. So that's the end of our Q&A segment. Thank you, Master, for your explanation, and we will continue to explain these 3 components of the deliverance and longevity altar rituals, and that will deepen your understanding next week. So we are not going to test everyone on this. You just have to clarify your understanding. What is the difference between blessed food offering and memorial food offering? What is the difference between shishi, which is the food offering of blessed food offering, and jianshi, which is memorial food offering? So most people have not heard of jianshi, but that's the actual correct term. So for noon offering, what we're doing is actually jianshi. So isn't this so the truth is revealed, the light dawns for everyone. It's a eureka moment. And wow, it's been from February to July, we've completed 19 lessons without realizing it. I'd like to share with everyone, not just a lot of Dharma siblings don't know. Every time Master Liang Wei, every time she prepares the lesson, she would work until 2 or 3 a.m. To provide the most detailed answers to everyone. And she would conduct the lessons humorously so that we can also really absorb the lessons more deeply. And I'm sure everyone can feel this sincerity and this dedication. So let's type in 111 to thank Master Lian Wei. So remember, she likes 111. If you want to more deeply understand the lessons, I would recommend that you can print out the 点板 scores and the class handouts of each lesson. Then you can, while you're listening to the lesson, you can also make notes, and I'm sure you would really absorb much more deeply and benefit from this greatly. So we will continue on the longevity and deliverance altar, dedication, edict tablets, introduction to the main deities, and so on. So here's and now let's invite everyone to turn on your video camera and tidy up your tidy your hair and count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Grandmaster, for his great blessing. Thank you, Master Lian Wei, for your compassionate teachings. And we also welcome everyone to type in 111 once again in the Zoom chat to sincerely thank Master Lian Wei for her teaching, and also Dharma assistant Tu Cheng on the Indonesian interpretation channel, and all the Dharma siblings taking part in the lessons, learning together. So let's try to integrate what we've learned into our cultivation every day. Invite Master Lian Wei to say goodbye to everyone.
谢谢两位上师，
联合上师，
谢谢两位上师，
多助教还有
非常
法师，
精彩的授课啊！ 对，
谢谢上师，
努力学习。
感恩上师上课，
感恩福法师，还有谁来的？小林哦，还有建清师兄，今天谢谢你哦，谢谢你示范哈。
感恩两位上师辛苦了，感恩上师，
不客气。
原版弟子的献丑啊！
感恩老师，非常棒。
OK， 上明师节哈，这个丽华助教，还有这个乌美助教哈，好，丽娜助教辅导员哈，第一次参与。好啦，大家晚安啦，下礼拜见。
晚安，大家晚安，
师兄晚安哦。
谢谢，
拜拜。
花助教哈，月华助教，彩虹，游戏法师哈，云端。
上师好，上师。
好，大家晚安哦。下礼拜没有那么惊悚了啦哈，下礼拜你们可以好好坐着。
下周见。
OK， 好，拜拜，大家晚安。
拜拜。
谢谢上师，辛苦了，
不客气哦，不客气，大家晚安。Audrey 哈，玉，还有谁？中观堂哦，中观堂。OK， 有法师，中观堂有一群人哈。OK， 哦，你们都回来了，回台湾西雅图回来了，有看到你们哦。OK， 晚安，大家晚安。OK， 好了，晚安。
但是大家都不舍的。
已经没有惊恐故事讲给你们听了，可以好好睡觉了。你不知道我当时看到那个令牌，真的都傻眼。我想说，那这法会还要主持吗？还是令牌要不要拿掉？我不想死，对不对？没有。 很恐怖哦！我跟你讲，看到那个令牌什么9、12什么狂魂哦，傻眼。我现在讲一下啊，你们马来西亚那个以后令牌要注意哦，好不好？
好的，
那个就是在马来西亚看到的令牌，
那么上司最后你有拿掉吗？
没有啊，请师任加持咯，不干我的事哦，我只管那个有报名的，所以我就赶快跑去问师尊哦，我说这个令牌行吗？这实在是很恐怖哦，是不是哈？好啦，以后马
好的，
来西亚的不要害上司哦。好了，晚
好的，
安啦，哦，
谢谢
大家晚
上司，
安，
拜
晚
好，拜
拜。
拜，拜拜
安。
，OK 啦，晚安。
嗯。
拜拜。